How do you balance being best friends and business partners?
Remember my birthday?
Oh, fist fight. We don't have to talk about
Have we ever kissed?
What?
It's weird not with the headphonies.
I know. All right, T.
Count me down.
3, 2.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back to the Uncorked podcast. We are going to do a best friend Q&A. Yeah.
Get to know us a little bit better. Jinx.
And
We're going to get right into it. Yeah.
The same box of wine that we've had in that fridge for like a month or two. It's a never-ending bag, and it's not that good.
I've never wanted to run through a good thing of wine quicker.
I
And
know.
it's just not leaving.
She took it out, and she was like, "Are you kidding me?"
It was still halfway
some
full.
in there.
All right, everybody. Question 1.
Okay.
Where did we first meet?
We're from the same town. I think it was through one of my ex-boyfriends.
I was like, who's this girl?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I'm kind of talking to Kendall Bergenholtz. And I had known who you were, but we were never friends. And then we started hanging out, and yeah, the rest was history.
Yeah, and basketball.
The
Took off from
shenanigans
there.
began.
Yeah, our timeline is so weird. Like, we were literally just trying to go through it, and
Figure it all out.
because we don't want to be wrong.
So,
Which kind of leads us into our next question, which is, have we ever gotten into a fight?
yeah.
Obviously.
We're around each other
Never-
all the time.
Yeah, never on, like, we're not talking terms.
I don't think we've gotten in many fights. Like,
No.
total.
If anything, it's, like, annoyed. Spending too much time. But never to a point where we're, like, not speaking.
Or not friends anymore.
Yeah. We very rarely go back and forth.
No. It's someone's mad, the other
Yes.
person just sits there and takes it until it's over, and then it's over, and then we're fine. It was like, really, we're just
Yeah.
like silly together, and that's
Mm-hmm.
never changed.
We've been in, like, one fight. Like, that. Remember my birthday?
Oh, fist fight. We don't have to talk about
Don't take a microphone from me on my birthday. Let's just say that. Or someone's going.
Or Madison will. Or you go next.
What is your favorite memory of us? Obviously, skydiving. That was like, that was,
Why
I don't
do
know,
I
that was just,
black
you
that
always
out?
forget about that. I don't know. I mean, it's an epic thing to do.
It's like really trusting.
Yeah.
To trust
Mm-hmm.
the person you're with to be like we trust each other enough that I'm like, if she does it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And if I do it, she'll do it.
And we
And
were always
that's-
talking about it.
Yeah.
And then finally, you were like, I'm booking it for my birthday. Like, we're going.
We're doing it. I'm jumping out of a plane for my 25th birthday.
Like, let's do it.
I still kind of felt uneasy about our decision, and then I got my dad involved. And I was like, if my dad comes, then we technically have adult supervision. But that was so much fun. Yeah. I just remember going up in the plane and like
They were telling us to dance.
maybe we'll put in like a little clip or a picture or something. I remember looking over at Kendall, and she was like, I don't think I can do it. And I was like, you can do it. You're good. And you were like,
I knew I was going to do it. It's just.
yeah.
The plane ride up, that's the worst part, I would say.
Because it's a good 20 minutes.
Yeah, and
Good
you're
20
looking at the window down, and I'm like, all right, we're high enough. Like, we're ready to jump. And they're like, no, 20 more minutes till we're up. And I'm like, oh, boy.
We can do a whole different segment on that.
I know.
But
And I had just basketball Sunday morning practices. Those are always
that's
great
your favorite memory of us?
Well, I just said my favorite, but another little one was those Sunday morning scaries.
I think I blocked those out of my
Yeah.
life. Heading home from our destination, just going home, literally showering, putting on our practice clothes, and then
Going.
sprinting and
Yeah.
being late, and
Yep.
then getting in trouble, but it's fine.
making our team run.
Yeah. How do you balance being best friends and business partners?
Want to take it?
Another good question too is just like, would you recommend going into business with a friend?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say in the beginning it was really rocky. Like the only time we were talking was about the podcast, like right in
Mhm.
the beginning.
Yeah.
And like it felt like we were losing our friendship. But then you just kind of like find your balance and you figure it out and you learn season after season.
Yeah. Also separating like business and friendship. Make sure we're not going out and talking about what we're going to do for an episode, or we're going out and having that like one-on-one friend time and just like trusting each other. I think you said that. There's pros and there's cons. I mean, the pros are obviously like getting to do this with you. Like
it's really fun.
Really fun. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do this with a lot of the people I know.
No.
You know, you have to talk for hours.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Sometimes we're not the best at it, but it's fun. Like, we get to do this little mini show for you guys. And I mean, whether it goes anywhere or not, it's still cool to look back on and say, hey, we did this.
Yeah.
We're little talk show hosts. And we just need an audience. I'm a little out of order here.
I know, I'm jumping around. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Let me see.
I'm not gonna panic. Like this, and then I'm like,
how am I a good friend to you?
Oh, that's like a personal question. Okay.
Okay.
My favorite. No, I was just gonna answer.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead, answer. So close. We're not used to this. Okay.
You know me so well. Don't laugh at my response.
We don't do this often. No. Sentimenty with each other.
We have like full body chills talking about these things. I think it comes with time. You know when I'm anxious. You know when I'm annoyed. You know when I'm really happy. You can read my body language so easily and then you adjust.
Yeah.
Where instead of like fighting me or being like, why are you acting like that? Or like, you know what I mean? Like you don't really question my mood. You just adjust yourself to my mood. And I think that's like a really good friend. You anticipate how I'm feeling, and then you make sure I'm like as comfortable as I need to be to get to where I need to be. And that's really cool.
Yeah. You are just a super reliable person. I know that I can literally call her for anything. And she's like, hello? What's up? Okay, done. Whose car are we taking? Like, you're just, that's such a good quality in a friendship to have. Even when I'm going through hard shit that I don't want to talk to anyone else about, like you force me to get it out and like, calm, like talk me through it almost, through hard times. But
so I'm like your therapist, kind of.
Yeah. We both need therapists.
It's because we're polar opposites in a lot of ways, so I feel like when I know I shouldn't do what I'm thinking I should do, I'll just ask Kendall what she would do, and then like vice versa. You know, like Kendall's like, I shouldn't do this, so like, what would Madison do?
Have we ever kissed?
We have.
We have. Or haven't made out with your best, like one of your friends?
I never was like a friend maker outer.
Yeah. No, you weren't.
I wasn't interested.
No. You definitely weren't.
Do y'all get jealous of each other's friends?
No. I wouldn't say jealous.
What friends?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. No. But if you're doing something cool or whatever, maybe I'd be like, oh.
Yeah,
like, I'm never like, you can't. Why are you hanging out with them? Like,
no. For the most part, we're friends with the same people. And for the few like friendships that we nurture outside of our friend group, it's not an issue ever.
No, definitely not. How do you know when I'm upset?
We're both like very wear your heart on your sleeve type of people.
Yeah.
It's not a secret. So I just know. I can tell.
I can tell in your eyes.
My eyes.
Your face, your eyes. Like this stance to you. Like you're like, I can just tell. You almost like go back. Like you're like, and your eyes get like bigger than, like you're like, and you like look around like this with your eyeballs. And that's how I know when you're like pissed.
Yeah, because they're like processing.
You it's can't. Like, if she's mad, there's no hiding it.
No, I think you're the same way too.
Yeah,
though.
She'll make like little comments under her breath too if she's mad.
Like what?
Okay. I feel it. What's the tiebreaker?
You pour over me. How would we describe each other?
I would describe
I would
describe.
describe.
I would describe. Oh, you put over me. Oh, do tell. The martini glass. Mads is very. I use this word. It's a big word. Altruistic.
Yeah, she loves to say that
Yeah.
about me. and
Because
I
it describes
don't.
you perfectly without saying like selfless. Yeah. Adventurous.
Mhm.
Beautiful, obviously. And you're very like a strong individual.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, cut it out. I said
Don't make
you're
me
very
cry.
confident.
Thank you. That's interesting.
I think everyone has their insecurities, but I
Mhm.
think you don't give yourself enough credit. Like, I don't think you realize how cool you know that you are. Like, I think you forget that you know that you're cool.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know that you're cool. Like, when you
Yeah.
look good, you know you look good.
Mm-hmm.
And you're, like,
Yeah.
so into
Mhm.
yourself. And when you're, like, doing something cool or, like, you're doing well at a sport or a game we're playing, like, you know,
Yes.
you're very aware
Yes.
of, like, how well you're presenting yourself.
Yeah.
And, like, you do forget that sometimes that you have that energy.
Agree with you.
Yeah.
Because I've been like feeling, not to like get off subject, but I've been feeling like I've been losing my confidence lately, and it's something that like I always had. So that makes sense.
And
Yeah.
I think it's just, like, part of growing up. You're, like,
Mhm.
learning different things about yourself and,
Yeah.
like, kind of changing a little. So I don't think you're
Yeah.
losing your confidence. I think you're just changing, and you need to find
I need to embrace the change.
your new self.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
you're not 20 anymore.
Mm-mm.
You know.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And I said you're creative. Anyone who doesn't know Kendall, she can sing, she can draw, she can do so many creative things. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And they're all, like, very secret talents of yours,
Mhm.
which I think is really cool. But I would definitely express them a little bit more because they're big parts of you. And I
Yeah,
said you're
you're right.
free-spirited. Kendall can truly, like, go out and not care about anything or anyone. Like, I've never seen,
Good or bad?
like, a building could be burning down and Kendall could just be, like, in her
In my
own
own
world
world?
dancing. And,
I know,
like,
but is that a bad thing or a good thing? Or a little bit of both?
both.
Yeah. You've always said that.
Yeah.
Even like in our first couple seasons when we did this. Like
Yeah.
you said the same thing.
She just does it. She has this way of just, like, flipping a switch and she's gone. With the earth and gone. Like, no one else can reach her. And I am so jealous of it. I wish I had it. And then I said
Aw,
beautiful.
That's cute. Thank you.
You're
That
welcome.
was nice.
You're welcome. I didn't feel
Did you
awkward
like
doing
mine?
that either.
I didn't feel awkward doing it either. I feel like you explained yours better, but no, you're just better explainer. We found out one of us was dying. What would you want us to do together? Mine's kind of left field. I don't know.
What is it?
I feel like you're going to be like upset, but then you're going to be like, oh yeah, totally.
Okay, what?
If I had a certain amount of time, I would say like I would totally like go on a competitive reality show with you, like Big Brother or something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down. I'm in.
Right? That's sick.
That's sick.
Right? Maybe not something like Jersey Shore, but more Big Brother-esque. Like
yeah.
puzzles, competitive.
Like The Challenge or
Yeah.
like Survivor or something
Yeah.
like that. Like, I think
Yeah.
we would kill it on Naked and Afraid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd fight the bear and Kendall would be, like, organizing the
I'd make us clothes with it.
campground. Yeah.
With the
Be like,
fur.
"Look."
Be like, look at our little tent. It's so homey.
I'm gonna go hunt
Uh,
because we need to eat. But
yeah,
thank
but
you
need
for
to
the
be
cute.
clothed.
Thank you for the cute flip flops.
I'd be like, relax. Get some rays.
I'd probably just say travel, like go to Europe
Mm.
together,
Mm-hmm.
find a beautiful mountain that we can go sit on
Yeah.
and like talk about our life and
So if you didn't like that one, I was gonna say like Montana or something.
Montana
Montana. Yeah.
Drink too much wine and go to all these little bars and like maybe like join an orgy. Like if you yeah, if you were like dying of cancer and I was like, we're gonna have like a hangover experience. Like that's what I would want. I would want us to
Yeah.
like go travel and
That's a
like
good one too.
who is more toxic?
Relationships, I would say definitely me, because that's how I like learned to be in a relationship. So I do have some toxic tendencies.
We're also working on that.
Yeah.
My biggest toxic trait is I'm my own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm toxic toward myself,
Mm-hmm.
which ultimately can affect other people.
You also never give yourself a break.
No.
Like, I'm always like, relax. Like, you look great. Like, the podcast was great. Like, you're very, like, hard on yourself.
Yeah.
It's a good one for you. We're working on that, too.
Are we?
Steps.
Because I don't think I have.
What do you think mine is?
Your toxic trait is you can turn off to the world and to other people so easily and so.
Oh, yeah. Like, with a snap of a finger, too.
And, like, when you really need her to, like, pull it together. For the most part, you do.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's, like, a couple days where you're gone, and I'm like, okay,
oh, yeah.
We need you back now.
It obviously, like, gets triggered by whatever, like, I'm going through that day. Like, if I can't handle it, it's, like.
It's really interesting.
It's scary.
Sometimes I'm scared. Sometimes I'm really
I feel it's scary. I know.
It's one of the two. Okay.
We got a couple more. Does Madison ever feel like the third wheel?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. I wouldn't say you and Pat are very, like, PDA.
Yeah.
You have your times where you're, like, hug on each other and stuff like that. Or be more touchy, but you're not, like, ever really making out or, like, anything in front of people. And usually when us two are hanging out, which is for the most part a lot, I'm either, like, super connecting with you or I'm super connecting with Pat.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'm ever the third wheel. I think usually either Pat's the third wheel or Kendall's the third wheel.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Background info, okay? She was, like, with me when I met Pat. It was COVID time.
Yeah.
Neither of us had work. So we were constantly together. And, like, we just hung out. Like, that's just what we did. You answered this differently than I thought you were going to. Yeah.
There's been a couple times where, like, we're on the boat and, like, you and Pat are, like, cuddled up, and I don't feel like the third wheel. I just, like, wish in those moments that, like, I had someone with me, so I wasn't sitting there alone.
Yeah.
But it's not ever, like, I feel like a third wheel. I just, like,
almost wish you had someone.
Yeah, I just, like,
there
get bored
to do that.
if they're doing that. I'm like, well, these are nice stars.
Yeah.
You know, just, like, someone to conversate with mostly. But I'm pretty comfortable being alone. Like, I like hanging out with a group of people and not having to talk a lot. Like, that's genuinely.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, even when we are in a group, I'm pretty, like I like taking the back seat to those things. Because that's when I'm, like, allow my mind to, like, relax and not be so, like, type A.
Yeah.
So I don't mind if you two are, like, talking about something, like, I'll just sit there and, like I don't mind that. I don't.
Yeah.
I think I get jealous when, like, you two are having date night or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, me and Kendall haven't had date night in a couple weeks. Like, I have one more. What's your favorite part of our friendship? And my favorite part of our friendship.
Drum roll, please.
You know when, like, people talk about what they want with the person who you can go to breakfast with and, like, not talk to?
Yeah.
That's, like, our friendship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
We will sometimes.
We could literally not talk. Sometimes you just don't want to talk. Like,
yeah. It's really
nice to be there with them. But, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's like a special person in your life.
And it's never awkward when we're not talking either. Like,
No.
I don't feel like, you know, when you feel like you have to say something,
Yeah.
it's like awkward. It's like, no, we could literally sit here and say absolutely nothing for about an hour.
The other day, I was annoyed about something, and Kendall and I had to go to her dad's tennis tournament. And she came in, she picked me up, and she kept, like, trying to say something to me. His response was, okay, and then put on music and started singing the whole way in the car. And I'm just sitting there like this. It's like, what a girl wants. What is it? Thank you so much for joining in today.
Follow us on TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe.
The Uncorked Pod on everything.
It's the Uncorked Podcast on TikTok.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers.